Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
What I'm about to tell you is a tale of two Americas. Last week, a white woman by the name of Audrey Marie Schneider, 37 years old, decided to take police officers in San Antonio, Texas, on a wild goose chase. From what they're saying, it lasted for miles and miles. Now, she ended up in a parking lot of a popular shopping center where she wove in and out of the parking lot aisles, hitting cars and nearly missing pedestrians, if you will. Then eventually she ran into a store where it sounds like she also assaulted a worker, and then police officers ran in there and she assaulted them as well, and they finally subdued her, and then they walked her out, and she's smiling and she's laughing and she's, giving this apology of what she's done. Now they're saying that she was also drunk. Okay. So as I described that, she looked like she had something on her face, but nothing major, right? She's alive, right? All right, so let's go to Las Vegas, Nevada, where a realtor by the name of Brandon Durham, 43-year-old, was having some issues at his home where he and neighbors called the police saying, hey, people are shooting outside of the home. And I guess he thought they were shooting into his home. So again, he called the police. He told his 15-year-old daughter, Isabella, to go run and hide. Sounds like he did the same. Now, when police officers arrived on the scene, they heard a lot of commotion. Now, mind you, they were told that somebody with a red hoodie and a ski mask, I guess, was in the house. Okay, Brandon didn't have on a lot of clothes because it was after midnight. So when Officer Bookman turned the corner, he saw Brandon and a woman, Alejandra, fighting for a knife. And so Bookman shot at Brandon, shot him once, fell to the ground, and then shot him 5 more times, and then told him to lie still and put his hands up. Now, they took the woman to jail, and Brandon, unfortunately, did not make it. Now, his daughter Isabella is saying, she's very disgusted. Obviously, they took her father from her, but the fact that they told him to lie still and put his hands up after the officer there put 6 bullets into her father, who in fact was the victim, and called the police. So the reason why I say it's a tale of two Americas is because on one hand, you got a white woman who is clearly a danger to a lot of people, but police officers didn't even do anything as much as shoot her tires out, right? They chased her into the store. She was allowed to weave in and out and do everything she wanted to do, drunk, and go into the store, and they brought her out. She wasn't terribly roughed up or nothing like that. She lived to tell about it. But Brandon, the black man, who called the police because he was clearly in dire straits, right? Him and his daughter were in danger, and yet he ends up dead. And so, of course, a lot of people are talking about that, but I wanted to talk about it because black people in America will never be safe. No matter who is in office, whether it's a Republican or a Democrat, black people will never be safe, but we'll be safer when we start to unify, when we start to organize, when we start to say, hey, let's stop fighting about who's the better master to serve in the White House. Let's stop fighting about all that stuff and get ourselves together and say, hey, we are all we have. We have to, as Marcus Garvey said, up your mighty nation, accomplish what you will. As they say in the nation, do for self. Accept your own and do for self. And be yourself, right? We're not going to be any safer until we do those things, because we are divided as black people. And somehow we think somebody in the White House is going to do for black people. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that's not going to happen. Nobody in that White House is going to do anything for black people. But just like the Asians, right? Let's take them, for example. They are the least in population, but they have the most wealth and they get the most things. For example, when Kamala and Biden went into office in 2020, the Asian community got a hate crime bill right away on the premise of black people were the boogeyman. Black people and other people were doing things to them. Of course, that really came about when Trump said that the Kung flu, if you will, due to the pandemic, that it was on them that COVID did what it did. And, later found out that, it came out of a lab in Wuhan, China. But that's a different conversation, right? But somehow black people got blamed for that. And the Asian community ended up getting a hate crime bill. Black people are still the most endangered people in the United States of America, and we do not have a hate crime bill. But the point to me bringing the Asian community up is they are very organized. And they, just like that, can say, hey, we're going to pull all of our money out of this system until they do right by us, and the system will do right by them. See, the minute black people think like that, because we have what they say, 1.3 to even $2 trillion that come into the black American community every year, but we give 97% of that away. So once we stop doing that, we start keeping more of that money here, with us, then we'll start to get the attention of the politicians. That's what Dr. Claude Anderson said. We need to be able to pay to play, right? Let's stop giving all our money away, and let's start building and pouring into our own community so that we can buy into politics. The courts and policing and all that other stuff. We'll have some actual influence, because right now it'll be Black Friday coming up soon. And guess what's going to happen? Black people are going to take a lot of black dollars and spend it with a lot of white corporations, while we are still the most endangered people in the United States of America. Some of that is on us, y'all. So anyway, y'all tell me what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube.